This video was brought to you by Stormberg, a better route planner, MisterGreen, Kempower and Marcus Bil. Yo, what's up? In this video, I'm going to show you guys the charging session of the Xpeng P7 Performance. Let's just start rolling the tape. So you see here we have the P7 on top, and then below it we have MG Marvel. I can include these two because they have somewhat similar battery sizes and similar prices, but Marvel is more like a crossover, whereas P7 is a sedan. But okay, I include at least another sedan, which is the Tesla Model 3. Similar price car, similar size car, but it charges way faster than the P7. Way faster, and in a way Model 3 and the P7, they are kind of rivals in terms of price and so on. But you see that Model 3 initially at least hit 250 kilowatt, but still now accelerating, it's charging way faster than the two Chinese cars to the left, so not much to see there. And then okay, but you see that even when I tested Marvel, I commented and I got the impression that Marvel is charging kind of slow. If you have similar size battery like I don't know, MEB cars or a Polestar or Volvo, I mean, yeah, Volvo. Those cars, they usually hit 150 kilowatt or at least 120 kilowatt. So I feel like even Marvel is charging kind of slow. And then you can imagine P7, how much slower that one is. And it's even 81 kilowatt hour battery. It's actually similar as, for example, the Volvo, the BMW i4. You see, an i4, okay, they go to 200 kilowatt. This one is like only 75 kilowatt. Okay, amp seems to be at roughly 210 maximum, and then voltage on the P7 is similar to Marvel, but I guess, nah, they don't use the same battery, do they? I think the P7 uses from CATL. I'm not sure about the Marvel MG, which supply they have. What's going on with the Tesla? Tesla is at almost 60%, whereas the Chinese brothers, they are only at 40%. But eventually the P7 will hit the peak, so you can say, okay, at least it's nice and flat-ish charging curve, slowly going up now as the voltage goes up. It's probably, yeah, it's gonna hit 79 kilowatt. Wait, maybe we hit it already. Maybe we hit it already, but 70 kilowatt. So it goes, we have this weird hit, goes a little bit up and down, but that's it, 79 kilowatt. And you see that initially we start at 69 kilowatt. So actually, in the case of P7 for 1,000 kilometer challenge, you want to actually charge more than you need. You want to charge beyond whatever until it starts throttling, because if you arrive with too low voltage, then you get the lower speed. So you see, yeah, now 74 kilowatt. But okay, what's going on with Marvel? Marvel is at least ahead, but of course Model 3, no really match there. Is way ahead Model 3. Okay, at this point, yes, Model 3 start throttling, but it's already at 72%, whereas the other ones, yeah. But okay, Marvel, I don't remember how Marvel is. Okay, Marvel start throttling now, but I don't remember how it was P7. The P7, at one point, it's going to throttle. I think it was at 57%. You will see, just pay attention to the P7 now. It's going to do a significant drop there. Or was it there, to 69 kilowatt. So actually, at this point, if you charge it to 57%, then you might as well go to the next charger, because when you arrive at the next charger, you will get 69 kilowatt, and then it will slowly go up and up and up. But if you go to only 50%, that's kind of bad deal. But I guess no big deal. You don't have to overthink this, because the P7 is already charging dog slow anyway compared to the Tesla Model 3 to the right here. But as for Marvel, okay, Marvel is faster. So you see, and even Marvel is a smaller battery. So I feel like the P7, they could probably maybe allow it to charge faster, because fast charging speed in 2023 is somewhat important. But we have so many high power chargers everywhere, and of course battery swap is not an option for these cars. So in order to sell cars nowadays, you have to design the battery pack with good cooling, with I don't know, try to even the temperature on the highest and lowest cells, unlike some of the Korean cars when you can have up to 12 degrees Celsius between the hot and the cold cell. And that's probably why Tesla can go so fast, because they can control the cells very evenly, so that if you look at the battery temp mid, the 53 degrees Celsius you see there, that one, I don't remember the details, but usually for Tesla it's only ±1 degree Celsius. It's really even how the battery stays, and that is actually key for being able to charge quite fast also. But also I guess they have to choose chemistry and all that. But yes, yeah, okay, now P7 starts going kind of slow. Marvel is going very slow at 80%, so that one, okay, it's like, okay, we give up now, we give up. For Marvel, you might as well just unplug and go to the next charger. It's kind of pointless to push it past 80%, but you're going to see what happens with P7 once it hit 80%. As for Model 3, it hit 90%, it's just resting there. I could have charged further. I guess Model 3 would hit 100% by the time the two Chinese brothers from another mothers will hit 100%. I mean 90% even. And also keep in mind that the Model 3 Model 3 has way more range than the two other cars. But it's just, I mean, why would I even compare these two? Oh no! At 80%, the P7 also drops like a rock. So only 27 kilowatt is very common for these cars to go kind of slow. At 80%, you saw Marvel did it also when I tested the Korean cars, for example, e-Niro, Kona, e-Soul, also roughly at 80%, they will also charge at roughly 22 kilowatt or something, 25, 22 kilowatt. So yes, this is how it is. Now we're just gonna sit and wait and see. I guess there's no, at this point, Marvel is going to win. It has a pretty good lead here. Okay, it's a smaller battery, that's true, but even, you saw earlier that even with a smaller battery, Marvel managed to charge faster than the P7. I wonder if P7 has the battery from CATL. I'm not sure about Marvel, where that one comes from. And Tesla, they uses in-house. Well, it could be Panasonic, it could be LG. So there you go. Marvel hit 90%, and now we're just waiting for the P7. So you see, look at the minute timer, the minute counter. There's 60 minutes in, and we are at 86%. So of course, you can. We shouldn't charge to 86%. We should charge to maybe around 70%. But also, this is the P7, which is the P7 Performance, which is kind of thirsty. So even at 100%, you don't get that much range. I tested it now in late summer, and I think I managed to get around what was the estimation? Almost 400, less than 400 kilometers. So. It's kind of weird why it's so thirsty, because the Model 3 to the right, for example, the Model 3 long range can go 500 plus kilometers. So this is kind of a bummer, because it means that for long trips, the P7 is going to take some time. Okay, I think that's it. And here you see a charging curve. So on top here we have Model 3. Or it just happened to be a Model 3 Performance. It could also be a Model 3 long range. Flat 250 kilowatt at the top, and then zoop. And then this is kind of weird. It could seem like it wanted to go here, but then it needed a throttle, and then it just went flat. I don't know if this is some kind of thermal throttling, because normally Tesla will have a very even charging curve, you see here in general. And then on the bottom here you see the two Chinese cars, or Marvel's being slightly faster than the P7 despite having slightly smaller battery even. But then Marvel and the P7 kind of follows each other a little bit here. But you see, these cars, they have some kind of step. And usually when you have the step down here, the number of amps drops. But then you can see that it slowly goes up. Like here, you see the slow. And what is that? That is the voltage that goes up. So this is the way, I guess, to kind of simplify the BMS. Maybe they don't check too often. Maybe they don't have too many. You have to check in order to figure out, like, for example, Tesla here. I'm going to show you. So why did Tesla drop the speed here, and then why did it flatten? Why didn't it drop further, or why did it flatten out there? Because Tesla, you know, for batteries, you check many different parameters. Temperature in the highest lowest cell, state of charge. You check many variables to determine how many kilowatt you can take. And then I guess at this point Tesla figured out, okay, it's too much, so we have to drop it. But then Tesla continuously checks so that you will have a nice and even graph, whereas here it's almost like it's pre-programmed to check at 48%, and then it throttles, and then you drop it, and then you. So maybe we would have been able to have, for example, the blue line had to have a slightly gentler curve, but maybe a higher curve on average, so you could save a couple of minutes by the end of the day. For example, here, this sudden drop here at 80%, maybe it didn't have to be like that. Maybe it could have charged at 35% for a little bit, and then maybe have a more even drop. So, but I've seen this kind of this step curve in many cars, but then also many cars, not only Tesla, they will have a more even curve, because I mean, physics tell me that it should be even, right? The state of charge is even and everything is even. So why does it have to be in steps? It's just, I guess it's just a fact or maybe just laziness when they program the stuff, or they don't have enough time, or they don't put enough time when they do the R&D. But yeah, one thing I will point out also is that in general, Chinese cars, they are charging kind of slow compared to the Western cars. I actually don't know why. I mean, for the case of NIO, you could say, well, but because in China, they just battery swap, so they don't care. You know, ABC always be changing batteries, always battery change. But, and then NIO owners, they don't care too much about fast charging speed. But what about Xpeng? What about MG? What about all the other Chinese cars out there? When they charge so slow, then it means that charging becomes cumbersome, and we also have lots of EVs in China and lots of people. And then when you have Ladestau in China, it must mean that the cars are charging slow. The chargers might have potential to deliver lots of power, but they are not being utilized. So shouldn't that benefit the Chinese people to charge faster? Well, G9 is coming. So G9 supports 480 kilowatts. But other than that, I haven't heard of many other Chinese cars charge faster than the Western cars. But okay, anyway, I think that's going to be it for now. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, thank you for watching, and talk to you later.